Hello, everybody, and then welcome to another dev vlog of the development of my Liege, the game I'm making at Sugoi Penguin Gaming LLC. That's right, I have an LLC now, mostly just because makes it seem more official on my resume and things. But I'm gonna do my best to keep this dev vlog concise because there's so much stuff I can talk about right now that I can't let myself ramble. I gotta stay on task. I've got a script. Let's go. It's been a bit since my last devlog, and I've updated a lot of things, and I'm really excited to show them off. First things first, though. How are we doing on our overall plan? I think okay. Still looking Q3, like end of August, mid-September type of release. And our next big deadline, kind of checkpoint, is, and look at this segue, so good, Steam Next Fest. That's right, your boy's gonna be in it. It's June 10th through the 17th, and if you're unfamiliar with Next Fest, basically what it is Steam gets developers that are releasing games within about 3 to 6 months after Next Fest takes place, and highlights their demos. They do developer streams on the Steam platform, and they have a whole section up front of their store to really show off the content. And I think they tweaked their algorithm a little bit too to help get things to the top that typically wouldn't be there. Last Next Fest, February, there were some pretty good ones that I personally found and wishlisted. Headquarters World War II I thought was a good looking kind of XCOM-like game that I was interested in. United Penguin Kingdom, let's be honest, you would think I would know everything about every Penguin game coming out, but I didn't know about this one. Next Fest helped me find it. And last February, the big winner was Balatro. I think people kind of had heard rumblings about it. It wasn't unknown when Next Fest rolled around, but the demo really drove home how excited people were for this game. They had a good, catchy demo, and Balatro has been a smashing success since they released back in February. And they released right after Next Fest, pretty much, like within the week. My timing's not working out quite as good. In order to do that, I'd either have to really buckle down, which I don't think is feasible with the amount of content I want to write, and or wait till the next Fest, which would be like next January and February, and I don't see myself running that long on this project. Be cutting it real close financially of when I would probably need to go find other sources of income. So either way, Steam Next Fest, get excited. I'll be in it. I'll probably be annoying you guys in some way, shape, or form about it. Kind of trying to get people to watch that dev stream on Steam. And one of the things I'm going to be doing the next month is also ramping up my social media presence, posting things like shorts and other video types on this channel, getting more involved on Reddit, in LinkedIn, all those types of things, just to do kind of like a grassroots type of effort to get some attention on the game. So get excited. Big thing for Next Fest, though, personally, is that's my goal for having the final version of the demo. So the current demo on Steam is still the same one as before. I'm thinking I might actually take that down temporarily because the game's changed just so much. And so what I want is for the demo for Next Fest to be like, this is 100% the final game mechanics. This is what the game's gonna look and feel like. Maybe with some minor things like less than updated textures or something. But all the game mechanics will be there. The demo will show them off, and so I want for that event to have my best foot forward. So that's the main goal of the next month, and what I'll be working on a lot. So before we get into what my next steps are, though, to achieve that, what have I been up to? Well, so what have I been up to? I mentioned the LLC was created mostly just to keep kind of the income stream separate and to go through all the steps of releasing a game as a small business owner kind of thing. If I'm going to see this project from beginning to end, let's do every step, just like with the Steam store. I also got the first draft of Act 1 written out, which has taught me that needs improvement on first drafts speed-wise. I just need to do better about writing what I'm thinking, and I'll edit it as I go later on. But I need to get that first draft done, because once the first draft exists, editing's a lot easier. Adjustments are a lot easier. I just need something to exist, and the rest, my normal workflows work better. I also have the full campaign plan done, so there's going to be 5 acts I've decided. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I've got some spicy situations, and I'm hoping that every act kind of has its own unique flavor while the whole game is still tied together very well. And I've got all the major, I'm going to say all the major, and then I'm going to correct myself in about 5 minutes, but I've got all the major gameplay elements in place. That's exciting, because half the time when I was writing the first draft of Act 1, I kept thinking, okay, how am I going to represent this? Or I'd really like for the game to be able to make meeples respond to certain dialogue options. Things like that. And it was good to write that full act, because it helped me realize what tools I still needed to tell the story and show the story that I really wanted to show. So, I'm pretty sure all those gameplay elements are in place. What are those? There's a big list of them. Couple of things you'll notice pretty early on here. Meeples have hands now. That's fairly minor in the grand scheme of things, but I think it really adds a lot. And, they kind of like pump their arms in animations. I can do so much more with animations now because they have hands, and it's clear which direction they're looking and that they're actually holding these items. So the hands, really big improvement. Another thing is, and I'm just going to kind of go through these pretty quick. I'm not going to linger. I'm more telling myself that I'm not going to linger. We'll see if I succeed. Previously, you click these notifications, it would just open the menu. That was the only way to do it. Now, if you click the notifications, I take you to... Oh my goodness, that's kind of a loud conversation in the background there. But it takes you to a quest giver, a matter giver is what I'm referring to him, because I call him matters on the end on my side. And now that's how you get to the menu. Another thing is the menu is drastically different. I had the 2 meeples, one on each side, one representing the advisor, one representing the petitioner, and there was no meeple for you. You were never on screen. That wasn't working for me. And so I've built this system where now there's kind of like a stage that the interactions are playing out on. There's some obvious, there's some polish still needed. You can see, like, this guy's holding his scroll real funny, because the scroll was designed to be in his other hand, and I kind of screwed that up. But this menu, completely different now. You get just kind of a running text of things, and some bugginess there. I need to keep it so that it's always scrolled to the bottom when you put in a new thing. But I think with that, I'm going to be able to tell visually a lot better of a story alongside of the text that's happening. Similarly, it also gives me a space to do a lot of variety. So for example, earlier we were at the keep, so you were in a throne room. Now you're at the farm, so I have kind of a farming stage set up. That's a miniature replica of the area that you're in. which I think really kind of plays well with that whole a play is taking place in front of you kind of feel that I'm kind of going for here. But yeah, another thing is I mentioned have meeples react on dialogue. So at the start of this, he bows, and then if I click next and he starts complaining, he gets upset. This is just kind of a proof of concept, but this means I'll have easily configurable triggers to boss my meeples around, and now my limitation is just what can I, as a developer, animate. Getting a little better at that too, but I'm not gonna brag too much because I don't really have anything to show off at the moment. Next is there was this menu where you could go and research the family trees and hierarchies and etymology. No, that's the wrong word. But basically, research who are these people that you're interacting with. That menu sucked. It doesn't suck as much now. So I've simplified it to be at the top. You just have the main houses and illustrating that you have a High Lord, and these are the houses that are sworn to them. Really wanted to just drill that point home of who reports to who. And then, if you click on them, you get that family tree at the bottom here. A lot of people pointed out this scroll bar works correctly now. But I've got these kind of also additional info menus to display information I was trying to display a little bit cleaner. If you want to really see the tree, hide them up. If you want to edit your house, you got a house editor now. You can change the name of your house. You want everyone with that within this family to have the same last name? Boom, I've got you. Can change your house's sigil color. You can change your sigil. And now you're the butt faces. Pretty excellent, in my opinion. You'll see in the background here, there's a little sneak preview. This is the map of like the area your house kind of occupies, or the house you're looking at occupies. It's part of a much larger map that I will make available in the game in some fashion. That took a couple days. Well worth the effort, in my opinion. And then, while we're here, what if, okay, this is Gregor Buttfaces, this is me, cool. I don't like the shoulder cape. There's a character editor now, too. Previously, you were only able to change the names. Now, I've got you. You can replace that shoulder cape with, let's say, maybe you want hair. Excellent. You got that sword in your right hand. Let's add in your left. Maybe you like to read. Maybe you're a bookly man. I don't know. Seems like an odd combination, but I don't care. I'm not gonna tell you no. And actually, I decided I do like the shoulder cape, so we're gonna keep that. And then another issue that we had was with that menu. What I really wanted you to do is be, man, I'm talking to this person. I need to know more about them before I make a decision. That was a complicated flow because you had to be like in the menu and be like, oh, look at that name. Return later, go to the ancestry, find the person you're talking to and be like, ah, yes, Sir Godfrey Malister, he likes to party. I should throw him a party. That kind of logic. But that's just too many clicks away and not connected enough. So, what we added was helpful links when names and places or like houses are referenced in the text. And now you can just click those and it takes you directly to their page. You could edit them here if you wanted to, but now you have a one-click path to learning more about the people you're working with. And that's all of the major things that I really wanted to touch on. There's a lot of minor things you could see, like the camera's a lot smoother and makes a lot more sense now. Just the panning between things feels really nice. Tons of tiny improvements that I can't possibly list them all. So, that brings me back to that thing that I was teasing earlier. What's next? Well, I've got 6 months before the... Or not 6 months. 6 weeks before the start... No, actually 5 weeks now before the start of Next Fest. So, I need to complete the demo. Basically, all those changes that I showed off involve a fair amount of, was a fair amount of changes to the matter files themselves, the things that define what text is showing up in here. Things like when should they bow, all that stuff has been kind of reorganized to support more functionality. So all of those matter files need to have another good once over to use the new functionality. I want to add more 3D models. You can kind of see that half of our farmers are using pitchforks while the others have hoes. I've got kind of a laundry list that my good buddy Andrew's helping me get through, designing more 3D models to just add more variety, more choices for you to customize your meeples with. There's one last major item that needs to be implemented as far as functionality goes, and that's when you start the campaign, I want to present you the option to choose a family name and customize your family before you get into things, which I need to figure out how much of that am I going to ask of you before you start playing the game. I want to keep it brief so that people get into it quick and don't get bogged down on character creation at the beginning. But if you want to, you can. If I have time, there's some textures in here that need an overhaul, like some shiny roofs. I like the way these buildings look, except for a lot of their faces are just very flat, very matte finish. I think like some wood type of texturing could go a long ways. We'll see if we get to that before Next Fest. And then a really big stretch goal if I get there, I would like to overhaul the trees to have a little bit more variety, but mainly I would love for them to sway in the wind. If not for Next Fest, for sure for the full release, but that's a stretch right now. Got to get through those first things first. Even outside of the game dev, like I said, I want to try to improve my social media presence, like, improving the content on here, going back and making, or just doing a better job at making like thumbnails for my videos, turning key big moments. I don't know with the green screen. I don't know if you can see the terror that's happening behind me with the kitty cats. But here's a quick cat update. He's in hunt mode chasing his sister though, so I won't interrupt him too long. But yeah, I wanted to do that to kind of help make a grassroots exposure, because I don't really want to spend money on marketing or really shill myself a bunch like, hey, you should come play my game. That said, I'm excited for Next Fest. I think things are really looking good, and I hope that that can be a real catapult to expanding the audience beyond the people I know and the handful of eyes and subscribers that I've gotten on this channel. So I appreciate and love all you guys very much for the support you have shown me. Tell your friends, tell your rabbi, tell your therapist, tell your dog walker. Also, if you have a dog walker, I would love to be your dog walker instead. Or just walk your own dog. They love you too much to have some stranger walk them. Or maybe they love that stranger more than you. That's a risk you're running. I got a little sidetracked by dog walking though. So yes, that's where I'm at. If you've got any feedback of the new stuff I showed, get in the comments, email me, hit me up on Discord, wherever you can find me. I would love to hear them. Or just wait for the playable demo to be updated, hopefully before the end of May, because that's when the press that get the list of Next Fest can start playing it, and I want them to have the best foot forward too. So that's it for this devlog. Probably won't have another one until maybe post Next Fest to to kind of keep my focus on everything else. But there'll be like little announcements, things. I'll be making content. Don't you worry. Until next time, thanks again and have a good day.